Hey everyone, Beck here, and welcome to a speed build renovation thingy. So I've been wanting to do this for quite a while, is renovate all of the houses in The Sims 4 in all of the different worlds. So I wanted to start with one. I chose a starter home in Windenburg, which is the one you can see on screen, and you can see I'm already adding onto it. I really wanted to make it a little bit bigger because the size of it looked really small on that big plot of grass, and I just wanted to fill it all up. Um, But in having said that, I know that when people do their save files, they usually try and keep it to items that are for just that world and base game. But I haven't done that. I didn't even really think about that until I'd finished it, meaning that if you were to download this house, you would have to have a lot of different other packs. Um, but, this is my first one, and whether or not it actually becomes a part of my save file, then who knows? So what I mean by a save file is lots of people do it is you renovate or do whatever you want to do, and then you can download a save file, so a full game save of all of my builds rather than just downloading one at a time off the gallery. You can put it in your saves file, in your game, like if that makes sense, and then you can play in this save file. I've done it before with other people's save files. If you watch my Super Sim challenge, I think it's a Super Sim challenge, that world is a different one that's created by Simlissy, and so she has created pretty much like almost every single world has been transformed to the point of people living in the houses, and like there being photos on the walls, and just it's just crazy. So I would love to give it a go. Obviously it's going to take me a very long time, and here I was just mucking around seeing how I felt about renovating, because I don't really renovate in The Sims. So it was kind of nice to have a shell to work with and then to develop it from that point. I really enjoyed doing that. As you can see here, I'll just talk about the build for a little while. I'm starting to create a little porch area. I did have it a little bit smaller, but when I tried to put the roof on, it just looked funny. So I thought I'd just extend the roof that was already there, and just cover it like that. And I thought it looked really nice. And I ended up putting a table and chairs underneath there so you can sit out the front, and some more plants and things. I also put a big fence around the outside of the whole house. I do try and use some of the items that came with this world. So this is the get together world. It's Windenburg, so it's got a bit of a European sort of vibe, I suppose. Um, and obviously, this house was a starter home, which means that once you start a game, you can jump in and find a house that you can buy straight off the bat. It is no longer functional as a starter home because of the items that I've added to it. But I'm sure that I will continue to have, or at least have, one starter home in each world. I just didn't want this one to be one because I just wanted to have some fun creating something different. As you can see, I am flipping around the house doing all of the windows. I really struggled to try and find any windows that really match, so it's literally the same windows all the way around. Sorry about that. And I had these ones at the front, but then I end up taking them away later on. They might stay there for a little bit, but I took them away in the end. I just felt like when I was doing the interior, it just didn't really work. I wanted a bump out little window like that. So that actually ends up being the office. So this house has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a little office area upstairs. We're going to do a little bit of landscaping, and you'll find that with my type of building, and it's half the reason why I don't usually do speed builds like this, is I jump from inside to outside all over the place. And I usually take so long. Like this build here took me hours. So I think I've condensed it. I've cut out a little bit of the footage just to condense it because it was 30 minutes, and I didn't know if I could talk for 10 minutes, let alone 30 minutes. But here I am just doing a heap of gardening. I just thought this block of land looks so bland with nothing on it, so let's just make it all pretty, have lots of flowers and things around the place. I have to say that this house is really generic. It's not really tailored towards anyone in particular. A lot of the time I might tailor it towards a gardener, or that sort of stuff. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head other than gardening, because that's all we've been talking about with the new expansion pack coming out. Painters, things like that. It's not really tailored towards anyone. So if you were to download this, there is enough room that you could put down different items to suit your Sims and their traits and their goals and what they want to do. Here I am. I just changed the bottom texture of the house just to make it a little bit more interesting, and I'm just skipped a little bit forward. Here's our little table out the front. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, so obviously this week just gone, by the time this video goes up, the new expansion pack, the Eco Lifestyle, has finally dropped. So excited. I've been watching a few speed builds and things that people have been doing, and I'm so excited to buy the pack myself. I haven't got it yet, unfortunately. We had a few financial things this happened this last week, so hopefully I go back to work finally properly next week. So by the time this video goes up, I'll be pretty much going back to work and I'll be able to buy it with my first paycheck. So I'm really excited. I'm trying not to watch too much gameplay. I'm in a couple of groups on Facebook that are Sims groups, and it's quite interesting reading people's comments about how much there is in the game and how confused they are by a lot of things. So I'm really excited to jump in and do it all by myself, and I can't wait to make a container home like everybody is doing, because you know that's just what you want to do when you get a pack like this. And I just can't wait to see the candles and just how to recycle. Oh, I'm just so excited, and I'm not even talking about Windenburg. So this town is Windenburg, which I already said before. I really enjoy this world. It's probably one of my favorite ones between this one and Cats and Dogs. I just like the aesthetic of it. Traditionally, before I started uploading videos and things, it's really not the sort of house that I would build myself. So I did struggle a little bit just trying to figure out how to put things together. I've skipped forward way much there. I don't know how that happened. So there's the kitchen. You didn't see me put it together, but I must have accidentally cut out a whole heap of footage without realizing. That's okay, because we don't need the video to be any longer than what it already is. I really liked the idea of having this splashback tile behind all of the counters. I feel like it came, I can't remember what pack it came with. I feel like it was the, um, nah, it's lost me. I can't remember what it's called. It's going to bug me for the rest of the episode now, but that's okay. So even if I have cut out a whole heap of stuff, you'll get to see it anyway because I move around so much and you'll be able to see everything regardless. So obviously I've put wallpaper up, which you wouldn't have seen. And I think just the archways and the doors and things. So here we go into the dining room. It's very basic. I did use the table from the get together and the chairs as well. I thought I would try my best to try and use lots of them. It took me ages to figure out what sort of rug I wanted because it would really determine the color palette of the house, because obviously it's white and that really dark wood, but I wasn't really sure what other color I wanted to introduce. There is obviously blues in the kitchen, but obviously each room can be whatever you want it to be. Uh, I did put out a mirror, but I think I get rid of it and I put it in this little foyer area. It's like a coat. What do they call it? There is a name for them, like a wet room or something. We don't really use them in Australia, or at least where I live. You know, maybe higher end people that have more room in their house have that sort of stuff, but we don't. I was trying to find what I wanted to put underneath the stairs because I got rid of the wall behind the stairs so that I could put a laundry in that goes underneath the stairs and around out the back there. You can see the archway for it there. So I think I just left that nice cabinet with all of the different uh, plates and things in because I thought, you know, it's a dining room. That kind of makes sense. And I don't really use those sort of items that often. Here we have our little downstairs bathroom. I was going to make it a half bath, but because there is the child's bedroom downstairs, I thought I better put in a shower as well. It's a very small space, so the bathroom doesn't really fit anything in. It's nothing really exciting. I really wanted to center the door, but I felt like it just was really hard to fit everything else in because I wanted the door to not be right up against the archway. But you know, stuff happens. It doesn't always work out the way that we want it to work out. Um, I think we might be moving on to the lounge room next. Oh no, I changed. Oh, that's right. I changed the color of the tile. So those tiles, I still couldn't figure out what the pack's called. It's the one where you can go away and do the archaeology stuff. It's like granite. No, it's not Granite Falls. It's the other one. That's like a there's only a world that you can go to and travel and have holidays. You can't actually live there. And I'm just mumbling all my words now. So we've got our little laundry here. I think I put a laundry in every single house now since we got the laundry day stuff back. I think it's amazing. It's really inconvenient and it's just fantastic. I cut out so much footage here. It took me so long to figure out what couches I was going to use. I did end up using the get together ones that go with this world just because they've got that wood on them and I just really felt like it suited the house. I did change the wood to a lighter one here to have the green. I I just liked it. I just thought the green looked nice out of all of the chairs and the rug to match. And I really struggled to figure out what sort of paintings to put on the wall in this house, especially because of the wallpaper itself is so dominant. I didn't feel like I needed to put too much on the walls, but I guess that leaves a lot of playroom for anyone who wants to download the house to put in what they would like. If you're a painter and you put lots of paintings on the wall, or who knows. Here I decided, because we have this fireplace, that it really needed a chimney. I just felt like, to be realistic, it needed a chimney. So I just added one on. It is a small one. And I was really glad that I could find the brick that matched the top part of the chimney, because a lot of the time you can't find one that quite matches. And it also ties in with the fence outside, which is really great. This wall was blank and it was really annoying me. I couldn't figure out what to do. So what do you do when you don't know what to do? Add a plant. Which is so funny, because plants are like the in thing at the moment, aren't they? Like everybody, I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but in Australia right now, everyone is doing succulent plants. It's ridiculous. My sisters, both of them at their houses, have got so many plants. It's so funny. I don't know if it's because they don't have kids, but I don't have plants. I am not a green thumb whatsoever. Maybe that's why I love doing it in The Sims 4, because I can't do it in real life. I don't know. But yeah, they've got so many plants. And I'm jealous. I have to say, I'm a little bit jealous. And I just noticed that the wallpaper is not on the outside of that part right there. So hopefully before I upload this, I remember to change that. So stuff happens. I really didn't know what color scheme to go in here. I did have a creamy sort of one going, but because it's a neutral house, it's really hard to choose what color to do the children's room, because they are so dominantly pink or blue, with the bed sheets and things. I found one that was a little bit more neutral. It might look a little bit bland, but again, like, I just wanted it to be downloadable. I haven't got a family to move into this one. It was just me having a bit of fun and doing a renovation. I probably will, if I was to do this house in a save file, create the family and then make it a little bit more suited to them, but we'll see how we go. I don't have as much time as what I used to, and a part of me really wishes that I'd been doing this before I'd had kids, because I had so much time on my hands. I used to work 6 months in the year, and the other 6 months I would play and do whatever, and I was just too nervous to do anything like streaming or create YouTube channels. So I'm really devastated that I didn't used to do it, but that's okay, because I'm doing it now, and now I'm just really, really rambling. Speaking about streaming, every single day I wake up and I say to myself, tonight I'm going to stream. Because what do I do every night? I do this. And I've got a few games, like I've got heaps of games in Steam or on my computer that I just have not played. They've just been sitting there, and then I end up just playing The Sims, because I'm like, no, 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 that game, I'm going to stream that game. So I'm just going to wait. And I just don't do it. And I am set up, completely set up. I've got my Twitch all ready to go. All the notifications and stuff is all set up. And oh, I just wish I could find the confidence to do it. Even just sitting here talking to myself is really hard. The only time I can do it is when my daughter's asleep and my husband's not at home. So, like, to sit in here in my office knowing that he'll probably be able to hear me from the lounge room, even though he's playing his own game and got his headset on and talking to his friends, I still get really nervous about it. I don't know. I love those mirrors on the back of that, behind the bed there. I just thought it was really cute. And so when I was creating this area, I was expecting it to be completely a floor for the parents. And then I just realized that it was just too big an area to have just the bedroom. In the original house floor plan, I don't know if you saw it, but it was purely just the master bedroom. So I made it smaller. It makes it a little bit claustrophobic going up the stairs, but that's okay. So behind the door on the other side will be a little bit of a study nook, bit of an office area, especially for having a child. They can do their homework or anything like that. I kept this bedroom very minimal, like I said, the wallpaper. But I just felt, with such a vibrant wallpaper like that, I don't think vibrant's the word I'm looking for whatsoever, it's just in your face wallpaper. I wanted it throughout the whole house. I felt like these sort of houses, they are just completely like that. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't live in Europe. I don't, never been into a Tudor style home. This is just what I think. But anyway, here we go, making our little office. I did put a computer there. We do end up with a bookshelf, a little area to sit so you can read. And I think I put an art easel in just because everyone has an art easel in The Sims. Um, Going back to the whole streaming thing, I I'm going to keep getting up every morning and I'm going to think that I'm going to stream. So by the time you watch this video, who knows, maybe I will have done it. So if you want to check it out, I will have my Twitch link down below, so you can follow me. Whether or not I stream is a different story. I'm sure I will. I'm sure I'll get the confidence up eventually. Even if I was to stream like my Super Sim challenge or something like that and then break it up into the episodes, is something I'm thinking about doing because I am confident in recording those already. But other games, we'll see how we go. I'm not sure. I'll just log in one day and do it. I decided to put a chess table outside. I really struggled with what to put on this little deck area here. You wouldn't really call it a deck, would you? It's like a I loved having the fireplace there. I'm a bit worried now that it might set anything alight that's out there. Maybe I moved the chess set. I can't remember. I just got really confused as to what on earth I wanted to put out there. But I thought I'd keep the process in so you could see my thought process. I did put a table up here, but I thought, this is a secluded area for the parents. Probably not going to have a whole heap of guests sitting up there, although you could, because there is probably quite a nice view of the town from there, especially with there being like a canal. I think there's a water canal just in the distance. Not that our Sims really pay attention to the environment that much, although Eco Lifestyle, they do. I can't wait. Oh, I'm so excited for that. So yeah, as you can see, I put a couple of chairs up the top and we put our little table outside. We've got our little stove, not our stove, our barbecue outside so that we can have barbecues. And here I am just finishing off the landscaping. I was just like, how am I going to fill this space? What do we do when we don't know how to fill a space? We add plants. So I just put in lots and lots of greenery and plants. I actually didn't put down any planter boxes, which is so unusual for me. Normally in every build that I do, there is planter boxes somewhere. But anyway, I think I have talked for way too long. Hopefully you made it through this far without muting my voice. I don't know. If you did, that's fine. I'm going to leave this here with some screenshots for you guys just of the house so you can have a quick glance of what we've done today. So thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you have any comments, feedback, suggestions, any of those cool things, let me know in the comments down below and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. I really felt like I just spent this whole time just blabbering about going on Twitch and just nothing. I don't think I really talked about anything that made any sense or made any contribution to this video whatsoever. Terrible, guys. I'm terrible.